Hello, and happy Straturday, friends. Psyberry here, bringing you another Darkest Dungeon Tactics Guide. I just want to say real quick, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this guide with a friend if you think they'll enjoy it. Thanks to all of you in your support, whatever form that takes. If you'd like to help support the channel more, you can visit patreon.com/mastercyberry, or just subscribe here on the channel and tune in. Every bit helps. Alright, let's just get to it. Today we're not talking about a specific class, nothing in particular. Instead, we're going to focus on team tactics, and specifically, we're going to look at what I call speed fixing. And no, it's not as simple as a speedster like the Flash or Sonic the Hedgehog just shouting, "Gotta go fast!" It's a different equation altogether. So, what is speed fixing? Simply put, it's a tactic to maximize the efficiency of your turn order to suit you and not the random odds. But before we really get into it, we gotta understand just the basics of how speed and turn order work. Everybody's got a speed stat, and it, starts off at a value. Starts out with, I believe, 1 for a Crusader, and moves up to a 2 at 3rd Resolve level, and then it moves up another from the base at 5th Resolve level. Classes like the Shield Breaker will actually go up more in that span, but they have a base value, and as long as you understand how those grow as the character does, you can plan accordingly. And each turn, each round, let's say you enter battle, before the combat even starts, everyone in that round of combat has a random dice generated for them. They roll a simulated random dice with 8 sides to determine where their turn order might land. And you take that 8-sided dice and you add it to your speed value. So someone like the Crusader, for instance, would benefit quite a lot from a high roll. They could get up to a 10 speed in this instance. Whereas someone like this Grave Robber here would not benefit as much from rolling an 8, and actually could benefit just as much and almost guarantee first turn by just rolling a 3, for instance. So as long as you understand how all that works, you can get into how to speed fix and the specifics of what it is. So how do you do it? You basically stack the deck in your favor. The simple rule of thumb, I've done the math, and unless I did my probabilities wrong, this rule I'm going to give you that's super simple is going to work, and it's going to make your turn efficiency of order 90% effective, which is a lot better than normal. The simple rule is speed fix, aim for 6. So what you want to do is you want to aim for a difference in their speed values of 6 or more for any moving parts that you want them to be in specific ranks when their turn comes, or you want specific people to move first. Let's say you have Ringmaster, for example, and you want to activate Fan Favorite before anyone else gets a turn. You want to make sure her speed is 6 higher or more than everyone else. So in this instance, we've got 2 Shield Breakers, a Jester, and a Plague Doctor. If this were a Vestal, this would be the generic. I believe this is the most used team for Endless Run. I could be wrong. But you'll see the speed value of 9. This one has some good quirks. Got that speed up to 13. And it's a level lower. So if I want to aim for 6, how would I get that? Well, I would just add, let's see, what are we at, 4? I would add at least 2 to their speed. So the easiest way to do that is to pop something that adds 2 speed. Now there's a difference in 6, meaning the only way that these 2 will not take turns in the proper order is if the fast one rolls a 1 and the slow one rolls an 8. And the odds of that happening are less than 10% on any given round. Because you could roll a 1 and he could roll an 8, that doesn't affect anything. So, and how would this team work? It would pop this team back after impaling, and then you'd impale again, cleave through the entire enemy ranks twice, activate Blight on most of them at high level, and then you can just pick people off from there. What would be problematic is if you didn't do this, and so instead of this, you went, well, I've got one fast shield breaker, let's have two. I got a speed of 11, you got a speed of 13. This would not be beneficial for you, because you could run into a combat and this guy goes first, the second rank, and she can't use Impale from there, so she's gonna, I don't know, lunge forward or activate blocks, and then she gets a turn before anything else happens. So you do the same thing? I mean, it wouldn't be as efficient. So that's a little bit of how this helps, and what it does. And the easy rule of how to do it is to, when you want to speed fix, aim for 6. You just aim for a bonus of 6 for one team or another. So you've kind of seen how this team works with that. Let's put together another team just to show that one how different shit works. So say you want to use a Grave Robber with a Shield Breaker, and if you've ever done this, you might know that sometimes it gets weird. Sometimes, if you're just using a generic person here, that's not this one specifically, that's what I'm saying. What you do is you Shadow Fade, it'll turn it into this. The Shield Breaker is going to impale, cleaving through the party and blighting some fucks. And this person, it just does a turn. Any turn, and it doesn't move them. Well, then you've got a problem, because the Shield Breaker is going to lunge forward at the very beginning of the next turn. And your Shield Breaker is going to be in rank 3 now. Your Shield Breaker is functional from rank 3, but she doesn't want to be back there, like at all. So she's going to lunge forward. It will give your Grave Robber another shot, which is nice, but you can do that in a million different ways. So what you want to do, let's get them back in the right order, is you want somebody in this third slot starting order to be able to move backward to rank, which is why I have her here specifically. She can activate Riposte and move back 1 rank. So what you would want to do is you would want to lunge back, or I'm sorry, Shadow Fade back, impale, and then move back while setting up Riposte even, to be this kind of an order. So that when she lunges forward on round 2, she isn't pulling the Shield Breaker back. And the person who's in rank 3 started in rank 3 anyway, they don't mind. And the Shield Breaker pops back like that. So basically what you're aiming to do is make sure that the turn order of this team is set in stone. This team specifically doesn't need it as much, but it helps. It helps vastly. So let's look at their speeds and figure this out. First of all, I want to use a Shield Breaker who has normal generic speed, so I'm going to switch the Shield Breaker out. So you can see they've got very, very close speeds at this level. They're very comparable in that way. So we have to choose one that we want to go first, and then we have to build and spread their speed stat number by enough that it's going to be efficiently doing that every time. So what we want to do is we want to pick the first one, and the easiest way to do that is to figure out what trinkets you are most likely going to run. With the Grave Robber here, how could you not go in a dungeon itself without Raider's Talisman, which already adds 2 speed. So we already know she's increasing her speed stat. I also run her with Top Shelf Tonic for the dodge boost, and that brings her speed up to a 15. Normally, I would call it good here. That's enough speed to guarantee you go close to the beginning of every fucking round ever. So normally I would just add an attack trinket and be done with it. But I'm going to leave her alone for now, because we don't know what number we're aiming for yet, and this is the fast one. So now what we should do is we should look at the slow one first. Between the shield breaker and the buried, specifically in this case, I have an easy way to lower the buried speed by a few to make it easier on myself. So the buried is going to be the low guy on the totem pole here. I'm going to use Mother's Keepsake, and it's going to lower your speed to 6. Fully trinket her out just to get some of these negatives back and get some good stuff going. Speed of 6. That's our baseline. So when you want a speed fix, aim for 6. The middle guy wants to be a 12 at least. So can we get the shield breaker efficiently to a speed of 12? Yeah, I mean, she's got a speed of 9 right now. Let's put the trinkets on that I will run almost every time. And then I only need 3 or more speed. Well, I haven't increased her damage yet. Perfect trinket, Berserk Charm. Boom. So now I've got a speed of 12. Speed of 6, speed of 12. Now we know she needs an 18, so we'll use another Berserk Charm in that case. So now we've got speed of 6, 18, 12, and technically the Plague Doctor's speed doesn't really matter in this equation because that's not what we're focusing on. The faster the better, sure, but she's not moving around the battlefield, and her turn does not affect other people's turns. So how would this go? Exactly how we want it to. First turn would be that 90% of the time. Second turn, 90% of the time is going to be Shield Breaker. Oh shit, I didn't move these yet. It would be Shield Breaker popping back. Third turn will probably be the Plague Doctor, honestly. But she doesn't matter in this equation. And the Buried is going to pop back, activate her post, and be in second rank. Next turn, those 3 are probably going to be in the same order, which would end up with something like this, because she will not move on turn 2. And then turn 3, pops back, Shieldbreaker's going to lunge forward. Buried, still in rank 2 or 3, where she's highly efficient, is going to attack again. Honestly, the battle's probably done by now, which is great. So what we're learning here is the fact that the rule of 6 in this case is going to dictate turn order, and it's going to be hella effective for you. It's especially efficient, and it's especially important in shuffle teams, but it can also help you, like I mentioned before, with fan favorite, or if you want to make sure your antiquarian goes first, to activate dodge on everybody, that kind of stuff. But all you need is 6. 7 will, as far as I understand it, if you have a bonus of 7, it should guarantee that you go before the other person in question. And that is assuming that a speed tie goes to the one with the higher base. I don't actually know this, but that's logically the most effective or efficient outcome. So, how do we accomplish this? The easiest ways to accomplish this is through trinkets and quirks, and a combination thereof. If you can do it through trinkets, and you're not imposing on yourself negatives that you just can't stand, do it that way. If you need quirks, lock a good quirk on a guy or two, and make sure that's the one you use in these kind of combinations going forward. Some notable trinkets to keep in mind. Feather Crystal here, +2. Crescendo Box is also a +2. And the Ancestor's Candle is also a +2 to the speed stat. One I don't have in this save file is the Fuseman's Matchstick. If they're a ranged fighter, where damage isn't like imperative, that's a good one to use as well. If you need 3 speed, use the Berserk Charm here. Or Tempting Goblet is also good if you can get past the negatives it normally has. And Ancestor's Pistol is also a good option for 3 speed. If you really need more and you've only got the one trinket to put on them, absolutely put on the Molted Tail Feather. It will do what you need it to. Aside from that, let's see. Another way to accomplish this, if you don't have the trinket space on somebody to guarantee their speed is higher, you can always slightly lower the other person's speed as a side effect of trinketing them. Some examples of those is the heavy boots, by default, normally have a -2 speed. I've got custom mods on this that get rid of a lot of the negatives for a lot of these trinkets. Not all of them, but most of them. So this -2 is gone. But generically, heavy boots are -2. If you just need to get rid of 1 speed on somebody, you use a legendary bracer and get some damage in return. Or you can use a calming crystal and get less stress damage and a -1 speed. Seer Stone also lowers the speed by 1 and gives you a big scouting chance. So it's actually useful in this equation to lower your speed by 1 if that accomplishes getting the rule of 6 attributed. And aside from that, if you're just not, you can't think of a trinket that'll help you, you just need something to lower your speed by 1, a lot of the very common trinkets in this game lower the speed by 1. Like, almost half of them lower the speed by 1. So just go find one of those that kind of gives you a benefit that you're going to enjoy, while also lowering your speed by 1, like you need. And if you really want to get weird, do I have it here? I do not have it. Scroll up. If you really want to get weird, there's the Quick Draw Charm, which normally adds 8 speed on the first round, and after the first round, it will lower your speed by 3. This will give you that speed bonus to go first on that first round, but every time after that, it will lower your speed by 3. So if you want them to, on turn 1, act first, but on turn 2, act after the other moving piece, this is how you accomplish that. You get the Quick Draw Charm, and you'll also get a crit bonus on the first round, which I don't know if my mods are changing it or if it's just an update, but I thought these were a +12 crit. They're a +15 now, I guess. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's a decent way to activate that. Another thing, or another way to get these speed boosts in your favor is with quirks. If you have, if you land one of these quirks and you're going to use them in a shuffle team where speed is important and turn order matters, or any team where turn order matters, lock these every time if they land on the right people. Luminous, going to add 2 to your speed and add that dodge bonus as also. And if you want to lower someone's speed, Fading is not bad either. However, that -5 dodge is a problem. So you can lock either of those. Quick Reflexes is also good. It'll add 2 to your speed. Slow Reflexes is a notable mention as well, because it will -1 from your speed on the other end. Early Riser, if you are going to be working in high torchlight. And the opposite, Nocturnal, if you want to lower that speed. And if you're going to operate without torch, Night Owl and Diurnal are the ones to choose for that. Another instant lock, do not get rid of it if it lands on the right person, is Prismatic Speed from the Thing from the Stars. It'll add 3 to your speed. It basically auto-locks itself onto the list of quirks. It's really beneficial. And if you, again, are going for a weird combo where you just want to outspeed on turn 1 and not on the next turn, Quick Draw can help you there as well. So, let's put together a team to actually physically show off how this kind of tactic works, where turn order actually matters. Turn order kind of matters here, because the Grave Robber gets wonky with the Shield Breaker, but it doesn't actually matter. So let's put together a team where turn order is going to dictate what they can do, and positioning is going to dictate what they can do. You got yours, just the Grave Robber needs their tech, which should be mostly the same as these. What speed do you need? Yeah, you need 2 more at least. Let's go with this. Nah, it's not important. Let's just go with that. It's not a big deal. So we've got a team here where turn order is going to matter. and positioning is going to impact their move pool that they can use at that particular moment. Let's go through it barely before we actually go into a dungeon, which I believe is going to be that one. I think. Grave Robber, turn 1. Just lunge on turn 1. We're going to get straight to work fast. It'll end up with this lineup after that. And then the next in the turn order is going to be the Hellion, and then after that is the Crusader. Well, the Hellion, in this comp, is going to want to use Breakthrough on this first turn, which is going to push her forward and push the Grave Robber back. And then the Crusader, well, our Crusader is going to use Holy Lance, moving himself forward, and the Grave Robber back. So turn 3 comes, and they're in the same order they came in, and you can just kill another fool with that Grave Robber, and you can break through to cleave through some people, and then you can kill another person with Holy Lance, and meanwhile you got stun and healing from the Mender every turn. So this, in theory, works. Question is, how likely are these turn orders going to fall in your favor? Figure I can show you. Now, you don't have to watch all of this. I mean, it's not imperative that you see that it works this way consistently, but I figure it is useful to see that the turn order is going to fall in that favor more often than not. Here we go.
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten. Steal their food.
Working on it. I'm gonna love stealing their food. Alright. Don't need to worry about. Oh, here's a damage buff. Well, you're gonna be cleaving, so I will get more out of your damage buff. Let's do that. Plus, Hellion is OP. Just saying. Alright, turn order. Should be Grave Robber, Hellion, Crusader, with her as the wild card that doesn't matter. Oh no! I do not have the right moves on you. I bought them right. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna experience the correctness of this later, it looks like.
Eradicated.
Because I fucked myself by not checking my move order. Lol. Get rid of some of that. I'm level 0 stress. Alright? You're a legend. It's, no, Stunning Blow can't reach the guy in the back. Let's just two-shot this guy real quick. What can I do with this? Oh no, she does a lot of damage with Blinded. Not a kill, though. That's unfortunate.
Their cursed champion.
That's unfortunate. Could have done it another way. Should have done it another way. Okay. Mender went last this time. Wow. Boy howdy. I think the only one that can, by default, with their current movesets reach is you. Okay. That's a wash. Combat number 2 will show the way, because that is not every day that I fuck up on Grave Robber's skills. I almost never change these. I must not have used this one recently. Or maybe I was showing off another team comp, I don't know. Where are the combats at, yo? First of all, let's go over here and grab this shit. Oh, it's just a hook.
Much worse than mere trickery.
Ah, unsettling. Let's slew you.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
I don't know what it's gonna give me. Probably nothing special. Yeah, just the gems. Alright, the first combat that actually matters is coming up here at the end of this hallway. It's figured out from there. Hey, Peppa Pig, shut your face.
The light, the promise of safety.
Alright, it should be Grave Robber, Hellion, Crusader. Almost every time. And then we want to break through.
Annihilated.
That cleave really wrecked with that plus 30%. Holy shit balls. Okay, I can't really reach him with a stun, so let's just stress heal. Yoikes, man. Yoikes. And the Crusader is gonna Holy Lance the shit out of you. And look, they're in the right order at the end of turn 1.
Remind yourself that
It's like they
overconfidence
reset
is a slow and
themselves,
insidious killer.
which allows the Grave Robber to go every time. This is the same tactic behind having like 3 Grave Robbers in the front, only you are strictly dictating turn order in such a way that you shouldn't be thwarted by like the Grave Robber that would be here going first, and then the Grave Robber here, and then this one. Like, you're not going to get fucked out of 2 lunges that way. Alright.
Another one.
The lunge. Breakthrough should be next, which is this one.
Back to
And that'll
the
kill.
pit.
Now, have to reset.
This expedition
They don't even get
is
through a
the
full
promise of
round.
success.
Oh, I'm going the other way. I don't need to go in that room that has nothing in it and a hallway that I can go a different direction for. I'm just going to go in a big circle. I forgot about you. Instantly forgot about you. I regret everything. Hey, mini bosses of low level. How you doing? How you doing? Oh no, not a kill. What do we do? Well, guarantee a kill elseways. Elseways. Speaking is not my forte, especially today. Alright, well, I'm gonna stun a bitch. Ooh, a miss. Ooh. Crusader could probably heavily damage this guy who hasn't taken any in the back here, because our Hellion isn't going to be clipping the very back guy very often. So so Crusader's job is to take out whoever's in the back rank, specifically. Okay, now I would like to finish you off.
Formation is broken.
And then the
Defensive.
Hellion is going to wreck, which should kill 2 after the bleed. Oh, and the blight too.
Great
Fuck
is
yeah.
the weapon that cuts on its own.
That'll do it. Stress yourself, bro.
The match is struck. A
This is
blazing
how it's done.
star is born.
See, you can accomplish some very consistent returns if you put together a team like this. I kind of want the idol too, even though I don't really need gold. It's fine. I'm just trying to get all the trinkets, and I'm not entirely sure if I have all of these. Alright, that'll work. Hi, you're gonna help me with a thing. I'm a ghost hater. Look at me go. But yeah, you can accomplish some very, very consistent results, and it's basically maximizing efficiency, and it's not really going to cost you anything. And I don't think in this entire dungeon you're going to catch one time where they're turning out of order. Now, I'm going to stay. If you have 3 moving pieces that are all separated by 6 speed, there is a slightly higher chance than normal that one of those along the way does not turn out in the proper order. It's possible. And it's more likely, in fact. But also, the chances are so low, it's like an 8% chance, naturally, that each of their individual turns will be out of order. So even when you factor that in, I think we're looking at like a 12% chance. Yeah, I didn't use the right move with him, which is the only thing that fucked up.
Give them no quarter. As victories mount, so too will
Get rid of
resistance.
that, we don't need it. Yay. Alright. Ooh, let's grab this. Hey guys, we're here to kill you in highly efficient turn order. Alright?
Be gone.
Oh no. Oh no, Hellion. And the Mender probably. Feels like the Mender's gonna go for the Crusader this time, yeah. Well, Crusader's gonna get a kill on the last one that matters, so. Yeah, they both died dead at the end of the round anyway. Ah! I missed! Oh well, you're dead anyway.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
I'm not stepping on your feet, Hellion. So worried about your feet. Ah, grain sacks. Oh shit, I don't have room for them.
A handsome reward.
Get rid of this.
For a task
If I have
well
one, that's
performed.
likely the one I have. Oh hey, another green sack. How nice. Okay, we are going to... It didn't proc any of those. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack over here then. Hey, grain sack. They're all in one corner hanging out together. How nice. Technically the dungeon is done. But I'm not done showing you guys turn order justice. Already been looted, yada yada yada. Alright, combat. Grave Robber comes up first. Air time! Air time!
As the fiend falls,
Wreck does not move you forward. Okay, the Crusader's gonna have to take this guy out on his turn. Hopefully take him out in one shot. But the corpse is gonna help. There we go. Now next round I can reach him with other people too. It's not as imperative that he kill as it was 2 seconds ago.
Confidence
But the
surges as
crits!
enemy crumbles.
So good. So good. Okay, well let's oh, I don't have that. Sad. Sad day. So I guess we'll stress heal. Why not? Just 7 stress heals.
Ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Let's just finish you off real quick here, and then the Hellion should go. If the Crusader goes, I'll be surprised. Yep. I'm not going to do the move, it doesn't matter, but
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
a dizzying fall. Meow. Meow. Giggity giggity. Alright, let's
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous
Put you in the
corners
right
of this
order, though.
place.
grab that. Pooey butts. Alright. Ooh, another combat. Another chance to
As the light gains purchase,
show the probabilities off
spirits
here.
are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Boom. And then the Hellion goes, gonna clip these guys. Cut one of them in half. Yep, I knew it. Fuck yeah. And then you just kinda... I could kill with that, but it's not as efficient as doing this. If he were bleeding, it'd be even better, because then I could just stress heal again. But, oh, can't reach the front. I forgot that. Well, I was stupid. User error. This does not protect you from user error, especially if you're me. Piece at a time, sweet thing.
Success
It's weird
so clearly
having
in
this
view.
version of the Grave
Or is
Robber
it
saying that.
merely a trick of the light.
It's definitely based off of a Friends Starfinder character. That's why he's got little glowing bits. All right, so don't at me about it not being, you know, canon. Fuck off, man. All right, let's clip this guy. Dead, dead, dead. Kill the corpse. Yeah, I critted the corpse. Damn, why couldn't I crit the other guys? Okay, he's dead. He's not dead yet. Ooh, the riposte activated. Using a mod that some of her moves, some of every default character's moves at high level activate riposte. She's the highest level one here. She's level 3 resolve, so
The wounds of war can
evidently that's high enough to activate riposte.
but never hidden.
And this guy should die before he gets another turn. Yeah? Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't need to, but it feels good to kill you.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be
Get rid of them.
beaten.
Mine. KOs. My god. Now, mind you, this is a weird grouping of character levels because we've got a couple of people who are, low level-ish here, and then we've got a level 2, which is not going to have a problem at this resolve, and then a 3, because I'm on Radiant mode and it allows it. So, yeah, this is a weird grouping. That's going to give me problems. It's going to make these look easier than they are. However, what we're focusing on here is the turn order efficiency. Is how efficient is it going to go Grave Robber, Hellion Crusader? And so far, it has not fucked us over in that regard. The rule of 6 seems to be keeping things in the clear. Which means you can set up teams with this kind of speed fixing and basically not worry about it the entire combat. You will be surprised if you take them out on frequent missions. It will screw you over every once in a while, because you will roll a 1 with the high speed, and then the next turn exactly will roll an 8. It will screw you over once in a while. But the mere fact that it's like a 7% chance each time, meaning it's not going to land on it very often at all. 7% might seem generous when you're looking back in retrospect, but it's always been a 7-ish% chance. Did not get a scout, which is unfortunate. It's the whole reason to bring the Raider's Talisman, is to get scouts. Yeah. Let's do this.
The path is clear. We require only the strength.
Is there any
to
more
follow
fights?
it.
There is not. So, I guess this is... Let's disarm this real quick. I guess this is where the video is essentially done.
Darkness holds
If you
the
can
ring.
incorporate speed fixing into your classes, if you got anything out of this, please hit the subscribe button. It's going to help a ton, and you don't have to watch my videos. Like, I'm just trying to get a subscriber bump, because that's what YouTube is going to expect from me at this point, is to bump up in subscribers. So if you got anything out of this video, literally at all, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it a ton. And you don't have to watch every video. It's not imperative. Just, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you, and I hope this makes it so that your teams will survive easier. Because that's in general what the whole point of this is to make sure that you don't lose people unexpectedly to unfortunate turn order or the like. So, thanks for watching. We've got another Let's Play next Wednesday, and on Straturday next week we're going to be going back to class mod guides. So, that should be fun. Stay tuned. Stay frosty.